Bill was going back on the air. You know, he had, of course, the most successful sitcom in history, properly, rightfully so. And now he's going to go back on with another show. And we were dying to do that because he was so good and so wonderful. And I knew him a long time through civil rights work. And we went up and asked for the job as consultants. And our agent then, Larry Auerbach, had been his agent, and went in and talked to him, and he said, sure. So we got the job working on that pilot. That was a strange situation, because there was a show in England, One Foot in the Grave, about an older guy who was a curmudgeon, a real tough kind of a nasty guy, would yell at kids and do everything and get mad at anything you could get mad at. And Bill loved that show, rightfully. It was a great show, and that's what we were going to do. But first I said, why don't you just do what you've been doing a generation later, be Dr. Huxtable, a grandfather or whatever. No, that's it, this is it, no other character. So that was great. It could be fun for him. It must have been, the idea was fun. So we did a pilot with a good writer named Day was his last name, D-A-Y. And a couple of other writers came in, we rewrote it, and then we're ready to shoot it. I don't know if we shot it or not, but Bill decided he didn't want to do that character. He wanted to be a nice guy, lived in Queens, with a wife, a daughter, grandson, and that was that. So we happily took that show. We wrote a couple episodes, but mainly we were involved in watching and advising and consenting and doing that. And it was nice for a long time, and then the tragedy happened. There was a show we were supposed to tape that week. We came in on Monday and had learned that Bill's son was killed out here on the freeway, the off-ramp at Mulholland. And he had come in, he hadn't known it yet himself, and got the message and went home right away, and then we all went home. And from that time on, it was a different guy. His son was very special. His son was a special ed kind of guy. He had dyslexia, and he found a way to beat that and was going to start a school and work for kids. He had gone to teachers' college. He was a very special kind of a guy. Now he's killed, and he's Bill's only son. He had 4 or 5 or 3 other daughters, and then he was very moved naturally, and it affected the show. The show started to go downhill, and everything changed. First of all, the woman who was supposed to be his wife was a good actress, but he wanted Felicia Rashad back, and he got her back, so they fired the other woman. The woman who played his daughter was a gold mine, and I have no idea why he fired her. It was Audra McDonald, who is today the biggest star on Broadway. I think she's got 7 Tonys. And a sweet, wonderful lady. I don't know what it was that he didn't want her. So she left with the grandson. And he hired another woman, to be his daughter. And then he hired a guy, a good, funny actor, to be her boyfriend or neighbor or something. Could never decide what he should be. On one show he was the neighbor, another show he ran a business, another show he had no idea. It was Bill's whims. But that show ran, I think, 4 years. We only did 2. And that was the last show I did in this small career I've had. Bernie by that time had moved to Connecticut, and we moved to New York, which was the best time we had living in New York. So that was about it. That's about the career.